Okay, we finna get on Autobahn 8. I'm headed to Goppingen. They have a concern over there called Panzer Concern, which concern stands for barracks. I'm gonna head over in that direction. It probably take me about 35 to 40 minutes. Stuttgart used to be my old stomping grounds back in the day. 1989 to 1991. But it's fun coming back over here. But you gotta follow the speed limit. Because if you don't, they have cameras, mobile cameras, where they just pull over side the road and have it on the side of the railing, but the car for the power will be off back in the woods. So they have slick ways of catching you speeding. That old saying that you can drive fast as you want in Germany, no, you cannot. The last time I was over here, I got about 4 tickets, and once you get back to back to the States, they send those tickets to you, and you are expected to pay. I go ahead on and pay them because I come back over here, and I don't want to come back over here and get caught up. But the best thing to do is don't speed. So 100 kilometers, that's 60 miles an hour. But you know, you rent a car over here, the speedometer and everything is gonna be in kilometers, so you just match what the signs say, post it to your speed on the speedometer, and you be good. But I hope I get to show you guys what the cameras look like. If you're not paying attention, you can easily get flashed if you're speeding. And they just have them set up in places where it's like, why there are speeding restrictions in this area, and there's nothing there. But I will tell you, that camera is there. And at nighttime, you just see a flash. No need in slowing down then. They already got you. But these they call it the Autobahn, which in the States it's called the interstate. It's built for speeding. It just entices you to want to press down on that gas. But back in the day, it used to be a club here in Goppingen called The Life. I don't know if it's still open or not. Probably not, because it's not any Americans stationed in Goppingen anymore. But that club used to be live. They call it The Life. That club used to be on point. And when I say we, I'm speaking in terms of the soldiers. We used to be in there doing their due, handling our business. But as you get older, the club scene goes away. Yep. So I'm running right at 100 kilometers, so I'm way under the speed limit, so I don't have no issues. be back over here. Yeah, 120 kilometers, that's like 72 miles an hour. But I'm planning on going to meet one of my old friends. He has been living here in Germany off and on over 30 years. He from Mobile, Alabama, and you know, just like I did, he joined the army, and he got out of the army after, I think he had like 10 years in the army, then he got out and got married over here, and he's living here, been here ever since. Get out of the way, because this lady, she wanting to speed. I'm gonna let her go ahead on and perform, and I just take my time. But back in the 90s, it was thousands of soldiers here in Stuttgart. I think Stuttgart was one of the biggest military community, United States military communities in Germany. Yep, we had this place on lock. That's this what it's saying, bigger than Stuttgart came from. We also had our community hospital. Of course, you got Landstuhl up in Ramstein area, and you had, you know, Stuttgart had his own hospital. Yeah, these was pretty large communities. But yeah, once you got accustomed to the community, it was a nice place to be stationed. I went by, the last time I was in Germany, I went by my old base where I was stationed at. They have torn the whole base down. In Germany, they call it a concern. And my concern was called Nelligen Barracks. And it was a cool place, you know, 18, 19 years old. When we wasn't in the field, we was back at Garrison. It was party time. That's what it was all about. No worries, no responsibilities, living in the barracks. They gave you a meal card so you can go to the dining facility, eat 3 square meals a day, come back to the barracks and chill out. It's funny that I look back on that, you know, living in the barracks, you didn't have anything. Everybody had a little small 13-inch TV. Everybody had a Reich system, either Kenwood, Bose, or something type system like that. We used to have the barracks jumping off the rafters. People that didn't like loud music, I feel sorry for them. You had everybody on base listening to your music. It'd be up so loud. And now as an older person, my hearing is bad. I ruined it when I was 18, 19 years old. Yep, this is B-10, and in America we call it a fair, but they call it a fest, Volksfest over here. And we used to go down in Bad Cannstatt to the Volksfest, and you know, drinking beer, just having fun. It was wild. Now the Oktoberfest down in Munich, I don't know how the Americans came up with Munich out of München. München is the correct name for Munich, and that is where the big fest is. And I'm telling you, me and a couple of my friends, I remember we got on a party train like 4 o'clock in the morning, and we started from 4 o'clock in the morning until about 2-3 o'clock in the morning the next day. And on the party train, of course, they had nice alcoholic beverages, and we partake in a few. But again, you know, you're 18, 19 years old. You don't think about anything but just enjoying your life. That's what it was all about. But yeah, they had a smaller version of the Oktoberfest in Bad Cannstatt, and you know, that was good enough for me. And hey, I'm telling you, the food over here is great. That's what I miss when I go back to the States. See, you get someone like this car here in front of me that's slow poking around. Now you got to watch, because the cameras will be in this type area here. So I'm gonna take it easy. 80 kilometers, 48 miles an hour. We gonna get on Autobahn 8. And head north. When they have 80 and 60, that's 60 for trucks, and the 80 is for normal size cars. I was in transportation, and I was a transportation instructor, so I used to teach individuals how to the international road signs and the German law when it comes to driving. Yeah, back in the day, man, everybody used to be speeding. You know, it wasn't as many cameras out there as it is now, and you didn't see that many accidents or anything, you know, even though they drove like they was going to a fire. But you do have a lot of traffic jams on the Autobahns in certain areas, just like in America. But they call a traffic jam, they call it a stau, S-T-A-U. And when you see the like the Autobahn 8, all Autobahn signs is noted by blue in color.